Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to come on my story really quickly and give you all a collective channeled update in regards to the story I shared on my story yesterday, my IG story here. So yesterday I shared with you all, if you didn't see my story, about 3 separate encounters I've had with 3 different people with the tattoos that they had or a necklace that they were wearing, and each person referenced the game Legend of Zelda. I just found that to be odd. I felt called to come on my story, and I actually got a lot of amazing messages, feedback, links. So thank you to everyone who's responded to their experience with this game. I am finding that there's a connection with this game collectively, perhaps with you individually if you resonate with what I'm about to share. And then also in regards to divine counterpart connections, soulmates, twin flames, karmic energies, all of that. So just get ready for this message. So you'll have to excuse me. I literally just woke up from a 5-hour nap because I've been working all weekend. No days off over here. So, but this is perfect because I'm in theta state still. And theta state, the state from which we have right after we wake up and right before we go to sleep, is the perfect energy for channeling. So I actually prefer when I'm in this mode. So The Legend of Zelda is a game that initially started in the 80s. I found out yesterday that their last game, it's called Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Their final and last game is coming out in May 2023. So what's unique about this game is the fact that it actually subliminally connects with what's going on universally and our connection as souls on earth. So I'm going to try to make this as short as possible because you guys all know that I can tend to ramble. Okay, so the original Legend of Zelda game is about a character, I don't remember her name, who has a relationship with this guy named Link, because a lot of people are messaging me about Link, and they are basically supposed to, in essence, save the world, save the kingdom, or save the other person. So there's an energy about saving, but one of the characters has to have a sense of courage to be able to move on this mission, and while on the mission, to connect with her partner, her counterpart in this game, but also to save the, I guess, realm or area they're in. There's a connection with 3 goddesses. So what's interesting about this and kind of the nature of the original game, and I encourage you to go research it, is that the return of higher power is already among us. So we already know that divinity is always and forever around us. Light exists, right? It's just always there. So it's the entire collection of the universe. And darkness, although we like to say that there's equal parts dark and light on the earth, darkness is in existence because of the light. So that's the easiest way to explain it. So these 3 goddesses, 3 being a number of the universe, Nikola Tesla talks about this, 369. So 3 is the number of the universe. That's why in some religions they'll tell you, especially in Islam, they'll say to recite certain prayers 3 times. So the 3 goddesses are in reference to this element of divinity and protection. I personally, and you guys may I have seen this in my previous videos, have channeled a lot of messages about the returning of sort of like Christ consciousness, and it's sort of, what is that, the rapture, things like that I've channeled before. So we obviously know it's not the end times, but there's a higher element coming in to help humanity. So when I say help humanity, because we all have different views on like faith and religion, I'm not going to get down this rabbit hole unless someone wants me to make a video about this, but basically coming down to help humanity through us. We're all here to serve each other. So this is what the game is sort of implying with the synchronicities that are appearing collectively, that a higher source energy is really fluctuating the planet right now. This has already been proven with the Schumann resonance, which is a chart that measures the light frequency on the planet anyway. So Earth has a higher Schumann resonance, and just last month that chart was blacked out for a few days, indicating the higher presence of higher light. And scientists were actually stunned by this phenomena because they're like, what's going on? Why is there a blackout with this chart? And I don't know the science of it all. But so higher energy is coming down to help each and every one of us in our own unique individual journey. So we are never alone. That's the first message. Sorry, not sorry. I know that this story is long. Continue watching if you're interested. So the second message that I mentioned is courage. So we are all being called to step into our own sense of inner power and courage, which should be a norm at this point, a remembrance, right? So this is something that, you know, I think each of us, regardless of where you are in your aware, self-aware spiritual journey, that you will continuously be called to step into the highest version of yourself. And that's going to be shown up through your friends, through these lessons, right? These things that it's kind of like, I'm hearing like, when does it end? When certain like situations keep coming up one after the other, it's a call to have courage and to step into the power that your soul already innately has and knows to be able to fulfill this journey, even when there are unforeseen circumstances that arise, because such is the nature of life, to allow you to navigate through the murky waters so that you can find the strength within you to continue on your journey and receive the necessary knowledge and wisdom you need for your lessons so that you can receive the next part of your life, whether that's a new job, a new opportunity, a relationship, something perhaps material. I'm feeling, especially come 2023. And actually, it's interesting that the last Legend of Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom is coming out May 2023, because there's been already mention about what this game is about, and I've picked up in my client psychic readings that a lot of activity is going to be going on for most of the zodiacs, and well, everyone anyways, but most people around spring 2023. So very interesting now that I think about it, because I've just put that together. But so that's the other message there. And then the third message is around counterpart relationships. Karmic partners, they're leaving, they're out the window. Karmic energy, it's going. Finite, it's out of here. So karmic energy is literally getting dismantled completely from divine counterpart relationships. And I know that maybe this sounds like a broken record. So if you truly resonate with this in your heart-centered space, then take the message. If you don't, and due to whatever you're feeling about the journey, then I encourage you to step away from this message, because channeled messages can be very sporadic and it comes from a higher place. Intention is set for love and above. Okay, so I just want to make that frequency known and put out there. So anyways, going back to the message, divine counterpart relationships are getting sort of recalibrated. This means whatever the label is, twin flame, soulmate. Very few twin flames on the planet, by the way. Very few. It is a very overpopularized concept, especially within Hollywood. It's not as common as we all think, just so you guys know. We all have a twin flame, but not everyone chose that contract in this life, because it's a very hard journey, okay? Lastly, there's other messages here at play. So if you have experience with the game, just take what you know from the symbology and your experience playing the game. What do you remember seeing about the game? What do you remember feeling when you were playing the game? There could be, on a very physical sense, to focus on the 3D aspect of it. So if you played this game, or if you haven't, maybe there's an inclination to connect more with your childhood or your youth, or that time in your life when you've had an experience about this with this game. So whether that was when you were playing it when you were younger, when you were playing it with family, or if you have never heard of this game, but it's a video game that I'm talking about, just take what resonates. There's an inclination to kind of have more play in your life. So take that as you will. So other messages as well. We said higher light. We said courage, inner power. We said return to inner child. We said karmic relationships are now collapsing. And I imagine that whatever I did share, there must have been some type of personal sign message that came through for you. So if you did, through watching this story, receive any messages personal to either what I said or to what you know about the game for you, take what resonates, because that message came through. Whatever thought came through, if I said something about the 3 earlier, and I mentioned how 369 is the numbers of the universe. There were 3 goddesses specific to the game that I'm talking about, Arcana of Time. Yeah, the times that we're in are changing, they're shifting. What is that message? Tide is shifting or something. Yeah, tide is shifting. The tide is shifting, and so is the time. So yeah, we're definitely in the times of the world where things are shifting. But whatever message came through, for those of you that, because it's coming through for me right now, thank you, about the 3, Holy Trinity, for those who resonate with that. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of subliminal messages with this game. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Love and light.